Hey, what's up, everyone? Mark here from Blumoo, and today, we're gonna dive deep into what might just be your next big upgrade. Yeah, we're talking about the best tower computer cases out there. Now, whether you're building a new PC from scratch or just looking to give your current one a snazzy new home, you've come to the right place. Now, picking a tower case isn't just about looks, although, let's be real, that's pretty important too, right? But it's also about cooling, functionality, and making sure everything fits without having to force it like that leftover piece of a jigsaw puzzle. So let's get to it. And remember, if any of these cases catch your eye, you can find all the links down in the description. All right, let's check them out. So you're in the market for a new tower case, huh? Well, the NZXT H710i, that's a pretty solid choice if you ask me. First thing you'll notice straight out of the box is this thing looks sleek, like really sleek. It's got a modern design. The side panel is tempered glass, which is awesome for showing off your build. And it's got this built-in RGB lighting that you can customize through their CAM software, which is pretty neat, you know? The build quality feels sturdy. It's mostly steel, and it's got these nice clean lines, so it's gonna look good on or under your desk for sure. But it's not just about looks, right? How does it perform? So you've got this Smart Device V2 included, which is kind of like the brain of the case. It controls the lighting and the fan speeds, which is handy because keeping your components cool is pretty important. And the H710i does this well. There's room for up to 7 fans, and it comes with 4 fans pre-installed. What's really cool is the cable management system. It's got these channels with Velcro straps at the back, which, let me tell you, makes your life a heck of a lot easier when you're trying to keep things tidy back there. And installation is a breeze with this case. You've got a removable radiator mounting bracket, multiple fan filters, a front USB-C connector, and it supports both mini ITX and micro ATX motherboards up to full ATX and even eATX, the big boys. But you gotta watch out. It's a pretty big case, so you want to make sure you've got the space for it. And, some might say it's a bit on the pricier side, but considering all the features you're getting, I'd say it's worth it if you're looking for something high-end that's going to last you a while. Alright, so jumping right into the Corsair iQ 4000X RGB, this is one of those cases that really catches your eye when you're setting up your rig, right? First off, the aesthetic is pretty sleek with its tempered glass side panel, which showcases all your hardware and those RGB fans, which are included, by the way. They really add that splash of color. Now, one thing I appreciate is the build quality. Corsair didn't skimp on the materials, so it feels solid, not like it's gonna fall apart if you look at it funny. Plus, the cable management is it's chef's kiss. There's plenty of space behind the motherboard tray and these Velcro straps that help you keep everything nice and tidy. Now, cooling-wise, this case doesn't mess around. Out of the box, it comes with 3 120mm RGB fans in the front, and there's room at the top for a radiator if you're into water cooling, or more fans for airflow, and it's got this neat air guide on the side to direct the flow right where you want it. But let's talk about the iQ software for a second, because that's a big selling point, right? You can control all the lighting and fan speeds from there, which is like super convenient. You can synchronize the lighting with other iQ-compatible devices, which creates this cohesive look. That's pretty darn cool, if you ask me. So, in terms of downsides, well, it might be a bit snug if you're planning on fitting in the beefiest graphics cards or a ton of storage drives. But for an average build, it's solid. Price-wise, it's kind of mid-range, not the cheapest, but hey, you're getting a quality case with built-in fans and that RGB goodness. So overall, for your tower computer case, I'd say the Corsair iQ 4000X RGB is a pretty strong contender, especially if visuals and build quality are top of your list. And just a heads up, make sure you've got enough room on your desk because it's not a small case. But then again, that's sort of the point with a case like this, right? So the Phanteks Eclipse P600S, it's definitely one of those cases you come across and you just go, whoa, that looks sleek. But looks aren't everything, right? What's cool is that Phanteks kind of thought about both worlds with this one, silence and performance. There's this dual system where you've got these acoustic panels on the side, top, and front that you can just pop off if you want to prioritize cooling. And with them on, it's pretty darn quiet, which is great if you're like recording or streaming. Now inside, there's a ton of room. Whether you're cramming in a bunch of hard drives or you want a crazy water cooling setup, this case has got you covered. Cable management is a breeze with all the Velcro and the channels in the back. One thing though, the space can be a bit of a double-edged sword, because I mean, if you've got a smaller motherboard or not a lot of components, things can look a bit empty in there. So just keep that in mind. Build quality is solid. The P600S doesn't feel cheap, and the metal panels are sturdy, nothing flimsy. It's heavy, but hey, that's the trade-off for robustness. The front I/O is pretty standard, with USB-C and all that, which is, nice to have. And they even included this little GPU anti-sag bracket thingy, which is pretty thoughtful. So if you're after a case that's versatile, roomy, and cares as much about noise as it does about airflow, then the Fantex Eclipse P600S is definitely worth a look. Alright, guys, that pretty much wraps up my take on the best tower computer cases out there. Remember, all the links to the products I talked about are right down there in the description, so you can check them out at your own pace. And hey, if you liked the video or you've got any questions, just drop a comment below. I'd love to get into a nice chat with you about it. Oh, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more content like this. Definitely take a moment to browse through my other reviews too. You might find something that catches your eye. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.